Howdy, foodie friends. Welcome to the Drawn Hungry Dinner Party. I'm Mishra Johnson, the game designer and illustrator behind this cozy culinary card game. In this series, I invite chefs, culinary artisans, and foodie friends to join me for a game of Drawn Hungry in a delightful destination and compete to see who is a certified culinary genius. In Drawn Hungry, the goal is to prepare the head chef's favorite meal for a special occasion using a secret ingredient and dish and ingredient cards from your own hand. Then, the head chef picks their favorite meal to win each round. The winning player gets points based on the cards they incorporate into their meal. The first player to get 25 points or more is a certified culinary genius. Today, we're playing again in Vivian Culinary Books, a lovely cookbook store in Portland's Alberta Arts District. Time to meet our fellow players. I'm so excited to welcome my first guest today, Judiaann Woo, a social media maven and host of Food People Are the Best People podcast. Judiaann is a social media and marketing consultant based here in Portland, Oregon. She also serves on the boards of several organizations, including Portland Backpack, which feeds Portland school kids on the weekends, Reimagine Portland, which promotes civic engagement, Les Dames Escoffier, a philanthropic group of women in food, and CAPRO, the Korean American Professionals of Oregon networking group, and the Korean American Chamber of Commerce. Next, I'm so excited to welcome Nikki Guerrero, owner of Hot Mama Salsa. In 2008, Nikki decided to blend her love of cooking, nutrition, education, and Mexican culture and opened Hot Mama Salsa in an effort to bring the flavors of home to her Portland community. All right, Judiaann, Nikki, I am so excited to see what we cook up today. First order of business is to determine our head chef, and that's whoever chopped an onion most recently.
Sunday. It wasn't that recent.
I think mine was day before yesterday.
I chopped an onion yesterday, so I'll kick it off.
Yeah?
Head chef.
Head chef. Our first special occasion, cater a wedding reception. Provide 100 guests with fuel for the dance floor. Mm-hmm. Our secret ingredient, white bread.
White bread.
Yeah.
All right.
What we gonna make for this wedding? So if you both want to grab your ingredients and dishes, you'll need 5 of each. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here.
Thank you. I'm grabbing from both sticks.
Oh, strategic.
You know, diversify.
So we have our last chance substitution right now. So you'll have about 30 seconds to look through your cards. If you're like, ooh, this really doesn't work, you can substitute those out. Everyone locked in? Feeling good?
All right, I will just stick with what I have.
You'll stick with what you got?
I'm afraid to lose a point.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, no, I'm gonna get rid of 1.
1, okay.
Oh yeah, it was worth it.
It was worth
It
it?
was worth it, definitely worth it.
I know, it's a little bit of that gamble. Nikki, you feel good?
I can make it work.
Okay.
Yep.
5 minutes on the clock.
Okay.
What's the best wedding food you've ever had?
Oh, my friend got married and she took over the restaurant Paddy here in Portland.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they just made all the food that was going to be at Phuket Cafe right before it opened. It was like a trial run for them. And the whole audience, I mean, everyone who was there, the guest list was all food people.
Yeah.
So it was like having a delicious restaurant meal that happened to be a wedding.
That sounds rad.
It was very good.
So that was all like Thai food?
All Thai food, but the Thai food that you don't normally see it when you order Thai food, like unexpected Thai food.
Yeah.
I think my cousin's wedding in France in the Loire Valley It was the first, like, made me fall in love with escargot.
Oh,
It
wow.
was amazing. Seafood,
Yeah.
fresh fish, escargot. And I get to go to another French cousin's wedding this summer, so.
Ooh. I need some more French
excited.
cousins.
Well, I don't even have French cousins. One's just married a Frenchman, and
Yeah.
the other's just getting married in France.
Ooh, smart. I think some of the best wedding food I've had was my aunt who got married in Hawaii. It was all like Hawaiian dishes. Yeah, like
Lots
Great.
of seafood.
yeah, there was some great fish there, barbecue pork, like macaroni salad.
Oh, I
I love Hawaiian food.
Yeah.
I know that the whole rice and mac salad doesn't make sense, like carb on carb, but I like the whole
But there's something about it.
It tastes
like you
delicious.
kind of need it. Yeah, that cool mac salad with the
Yeah.
warm rice. Mm-hmm. And I love food that when it's kind of sweet and savory. And Hawaiian food, a lot of the sauces are kind of sweet, have a touch of that sweetness, which I love.
Totally. Just a reminder to use that white bread.
Yeah.
Don't
The
wanna
white,
forget
we
it.
gotta have the white bread in there.
You gotta make it in there somewhere. We got about 90 seconds left.
Oh my god.
I know. The 5 minutes goes fast.
I think I need a pen. Can't remember the last time I wrote with a pencil. I can't even write with a pencil. My handwriting has suddenly gotten so much worse with a pencil. It was like, you could have given me a crayon. I could. I know it's good. I know you want to erase, so it totally makes sense.
When I'm
Alright.
don't have a notepad with me and I want to play, like I'll just use the notes app on my iPhone.
Yeah.
But you've played this so much, you don't even need to think about it.
No.
You're like, all right, I can make it up on the fly.
Yeah.
You're not even looking at your cards.
Well, I'm the head chef this round.
So you don't make a meal this round. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is way too good at this. We have no chance.
I'm good. I don't even need to look. I'll just like figure it out as I present.
That was happening. I'm
It's all
like,
in
whoa,
my head.
we have no chance.
Here we go,
over here.
frantically writing notes and stuff. She's like, all right,
I'm like-
menu's already done.
There we go.
10 seconds.
Ooh. All right. I
The
think
key
I-
is just
I
kind
think
of
I
read
have
my
it.
handwriting after this. See, your handwriting's so nice. I'm just like scribbled over here.
Well, you're probably drawing.
No, I don't have time for drawings. I'm trying to remember what I wrote here. Or just
That's time. Pencils down.
okay.
Judiann, you are technically to the left of the head chef, so you will kick things off.
All right, so this is a wedding reception, and it's a little bit of it's highbrow, lowbrow, and appealing to everybody. It's a special occasion, right? But I think comfort food is key, and I think white bread is very nostalgic. And I got nothing against white bread. I think of some of the history of white bread. Like I love Japanese shokopan, which is like milk bread, which is essentially like white bread. So I feel like that's acceptable.
That's definitely white bread.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with that in mind. So keep that kind of vision of white bread. So I'm gonna have stations with various things, and you can go around and eat what appeals to you. So in one area, I'm gonna have oyster po' boys, and they're gonna use the little bread and wrap it in fried oysters. So see, they're seasoned, crusty, crispy oysters with a little side of lemon and some aioli in there, but a little po' boy. So that's using my oysters. And then along with the seafood theme, we're gonna have some chowder. So it's be a fish chowder, cod with corn and little potatoes. And there'll be little cups of chowder, and then they'll have croutons made with the bread, house-made bread. So that'll be, if it's a little chilly out, that'll warm you up. And then I have macaroni and oat milk. So I was thinking you would make a really nice, luscious macaroni and cheese with the oat milk, and then make little tiny grilled cheese sandwiches. So it's a grilled cheese, macaroni and cheese. So you got the cheese and it's gooey, but you got carb on carb. And then let's see. Oh, and if you're a vegetarian, you got the veggie loaf. So I don't know about you, but I love the nostalgic meatloaf sandwich. So this is a veggie version. So you have a veggie meatloaf on that bread, just that classic bread, but little versions of it. So it's like finger food for the vegetarians. And they might have some pickled onions to kind of brighten it up in there. So maybe some pickled onions would be really nice with that. And then let's see then I have seared protein. So this would be your seared beef tenderloin, then finely shaved on on toast. with a drizzle of horseradish cream and a sprinkle of chives, and that's a little bite. And then for dessert, you have fried ice cream. So I'm gonna wrap, I'm gonna put the bread in a little mold, put the ice cream, wrap it in saran so it's, firm, and then I'm gonna slice it and then dip it in tempura batter and fry it up in the little thing, so you'll have like a crispy outside. The bread will be the insulation to the ice cream on the inside, and it'll come with an assortment of dipping sauces, so it's like finger food. Ooh. So that's dessert. So I think that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dishes, including dessert.
Wow. And they all sound really amazing, and you use the bread in every dish.
I use the bread in every use. I use all my cards except for stuffed veggies. So.
Now, is that a requirement to use the bread in every dish?
No.
Okay, good, because I was like, well, I'm screwed.
Nope, just has to
get in there somewhere. Okay. Yep. All right, good.
Judiaann just went for extra credit.
She did it.
I've always been an extra credit girl.
Very impressive.
School.
Very impressive. Well, okay, so I envisioned a finger food wedding spread, so everything can be handheld. Garden wedding, everyone's walking around, drinking, holding food, passed and hand tabled. So I'm gonna have a whole bunch of little appetizers. I have a poke cup with cucumbers and rice and seaweed salad and spicy tuna. I have a salad roll with crab, cucumber, carrots, bunch of fresh herbs from the garden, of course, a dipping sauce with something spicy, probably some Hot Mama Salsa chili oil and some rice vinegar and some tamari. I'm gonna use my white bread and combine 2 of my dishes and make mini stuffing muffins. I got stuffing and muffins. So I'm gonna make a sage, cheddar cheese, and jalapeno mini muffin. So cube up the white bread, mix it all up with the sage and the cheddar and the chilies, kind of like a stuffing, but then bake it in like a muffin.
That's like a portable stuffing.
Yes, handheld stuffing muffin. And then of course we're gonna have tacos. And I'm gonna do a poblano and Mexican crema and mushroom taco. I'm gonna marinate brush the poblanos with olive oil, grill them till they're charred, peel them, dice it up or slice it up, marinate, do the mushrooms the same way on the grill, and then combine it all with Mexican crema, and then finish it with hot sauce.
Ooh, yeah.
These both sound incredible. I would love to go to both of these weddings. For my judging criteria, when you go to a wedding, you want there to be lots of different options for folks. I definitely think like finger food, like things that aren't going to get everyone's beautiful outfits messy. Like you want there to be accessible things. Not everyone wants like the fanciest things. Like it's gotta work for like your uncle who's flying in from the Midwest. Right? He's got to have something there that he likes. I feel like there's lots of great options in both of these. Like the stuffing muffins, that is brilliant. I feel like I want to do that for Thanksgiving next year. Little stuffing muffin trays.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's the stuffing on the top where it's crusty and you just pick
always
it off.
the
It's like
best
a clump,
part,
right? It's like a stuffing blob at the top that you eat.
The crunchy elements,
Right.
that sounds great. The tacos.
The next level muffin top.
Yeah. I love this like bread theme for like the whole wedding like catering.
I think the bread is, just to say, it's in a lot of things, but I don't think people would see it that it's in everything because it's each one, the
Unless
application.
they're gluten-free.
Unless they're gluten-free.
Then they're in trouble.
Then we have to get some gluten-free white bread.
Which you can.
But I imagine like you can roll the bread. This is something I like to do, is roll the bread so it's super thin and you can cut it out. You can cut the crusts off, so sometimes it's just a binding element. But yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's a background ingredient, where it's not the star. It's basically a vessel for the other things.
For everything.
Yeah.
And how is the cod prepared again?
I just have cod and corn on the cob, so this was a soup option, like a little petite soup with little tiny cube potatoes in there. Fresh. I like those kind of those brothy soups, the brothy chowders as opposed to the thick chowders.
Yeah.
And it'd have just a few garnishes of some house-made, perfectly square toasted croutons on top.
I can see it.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like you both hit all the judging criteria, so just
There can only be one winner.
I know. So just based off of like the creativity of the use of the secret ingredient, Judiaann, I think you inched ahead on this one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would have given it to you too, Judy. I mean, she used bread in every dish.
Well, I know I would have been very happy eating at this wedding. I feel like, okay, maximize points here because I don't know what the next round's gonna hold. So I feel like I got
Right?
18.
18. Woo!
Is that a high score?
That's a good score.
Okay.
Is it?
Okay, Judiaann, you're head chef.
Yes, so I get to pick the occasion. Let's see. Ooh, cooking over the fire while camping.
Oh,
Ooh, I like
yes.
this one. So think smoky, sun-kissed, or fire-kissed deliciousness that can be easily prepared out in the woods. So you're out in the woods, so we gotta, think about what you have access to. But I think the highlight here is the live fire cooking.
All right.
All right.
like it.
And so this is special ingredient?
No.
Oh,
So that's more special occasion. Well, the blue.
Oh, just one
Yeah.
of these. Okay.
And you can check and make sure that fits
Makes
the
sense?
occasion. Yep.
It does. I don't know how exciting it is. Make another one.
It's up to you as the head chef if you
get
want
to
to get a
decide.
little wilder.
Oh, the second one was definitely not. Doesn't make sense. I'm gonna go with the first one. I'm gonna go with the first one. I'll discard the other ones. No, not that. Not squid ink. Not squid ink.
Whoa.
Green onion.
Okay.
Green onion.
All right.
Cooking over the fire while camping with green onions.
All right.
And again, it doesn't need to be in every dish.
5 each, yes?
Yep.
Yes. What are those? What are they called? Starts with a C. Cassoulettes, crussalots.
Cassoulet?
No, the green onions. They grow them.
Yes, they had them at the farmer's market this weekend. Colcots.
Colcots, yes, and they grill them, and then they eat them. Have entire festivals around that. But that's something like that.
Okay.
More
I'm
suitable than
gonna
squid ink, the campfire.
Oh, jeez.
Sub out 3.
Okay, I'm subbing out 1.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Was it better? Was it worth it?
So much better, I think, for cooking. This is a perfect fancy camping dish.
All right. With that, we're locked in. 5 minutes on the clock.
Oh, wait, I have a revenge is the dish best served cold card.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this says, choose one of your competitors to show you their hand. You can steal 2 cards from them, dishes or ingredients.
Well, that would be.
What does that mean? I'm
Yeah.
just stealing them from you
You're just
and not
stealing-
giving you anything back?
No.
You can
Oh,
just take them.
I wonder, I don't even have anything to want revenge for. But I'm going to take them. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to take your...
Those were really expensive.
I know, but actually I'm not going to take that because it's not even a high point thing. I'm going to take these 2.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Cinnamon and mascarpone.
So there's strategy involved because you looked at the point value.
Just in case I get the opportunity
Yeah.
to use them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see there's possibilities. You could have a dessert with them. I don't know about you, but every time I eat outside, I feel like things taste better.
Right?
And then
Always.
food with fire and all that. Maybe it's a primal thing, but I always love that. This is exciting as I'm peeking over your cards, thinking of ideas.
This is a tough one. But we're gonna make it
You
work.
still have ingredients to work with over there?
I have 3.
Sometimes when you're limited, right? It's like when there's nothing in the fridge, you get super creative.
Right? Absolutely. It's a make it work moment.
Right. With too many options, and that's when ideas get too not concise enough.
You remember like the Wild About game competition?
Oh, I love those.
I feel like it was always like the folks who did simpler, focused on like one or two things. They always did better than the folks that did like 7 like mini little things. And yeah.
Execution, because when you're just focusing on a few things, you can make sure that it's perfectly cooked, make sure it's perfectly sauced and seasoned. But then again, you get people who are, really good at making lots of different things and are, but I do think that it should fit the occasion. So for, you're camping, because it doesn't say like fancy live fire cooking, it just says you're camping. That means you have to heft these ingredients up the mountain, up the hill, whatever.
Yeah, and you have to think about serving when you're camping too.
Yeah.
You're
probably balancing the food on your knee.
You probably don't have a huge table and all sorts of plates. So So that makes a difference.
And you don't want to wash it. Everything you serve it on, you gotta wash it on afterwards. So you don't want to give everybody 1,000.
1 minute.
1 minute.
Okay, I'm gonna refine my dish here. Make sure I'm using it all.
You're gonna serve everything in a foil pouch.
Cook things in a foil pouch.
Okay.
For sure.
To make guests cook it themselves. Put everything on a stick. You're like, here, over the fire. Aren't you glad I didn't pick squid ink?
That would have been a challenge.
That would have actually gone perfect in my main dish.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I would have. I guess we only have to use it once, so it would have been all right.
Right.
I would not have minded.
Ding, ding, ding. That's time.
All right. Who presents first?
Nikki will present first.
Okay. So I am going to first, for the dinner, set out a big, giant charcuterie tray on the picnic table at the camping spot that everyone can just pick at and eat, and we don't need to have plates or anything like this. So it's going to have salami, of course. It's going to have some cheeses, but when I do charcuterie plates, I love to have a ton of vegetables. So celery, carrots, green beans, and I'm going to make a charred green onion and carrot hummus. So I'll char the onions and the carrots on the fire, and then use my chickpeas to make a hummus to go with that. And I'm also gonna, as I have the fire going, when we go camping, we always take cast iron to cook with. So did you all know what a comal is? It's like a flat cast iron pan used for cooking tortillas.
Yeah.
Okay, so I always have a comal and I have a cast iron pan to cook. So on the comal, I'm gonna make some naan with red and green onion. So char those, sprinkle them on top of the naan as it's cooking on the comal, and that'll go with the hummus and the veggie charcuterie tray. And then for dinner, we're gonna have paella. So my husband grew up with a best friend from Spain who taught us all how to make paella, and it always had chicken, sausage, artichoke hearts, peas, of course the rice, fresh tomatoes. And so you just kind of start off with a layer. You start off by searing the chicken, taking that off, searing the sausage, taking that off, sauteing the rice a little bit, getting the rice starting to cook with your liquid, which is usually like stock and wine. And then as the rice starts to cook, you layer the meat back in, you put the artichoke hearts and the peas on top at the end. If you want to do seafood, which I always added seafood. My husband's friend didn't always add seafood, but I love seafood, so I always would add in some shrimp or some clams. So camping though, not always the place you want to take seafood, but if you're camping at the ocean, we're definitely going to add seafood to the paella. And then for dessert, I'm gonna make a raspberry tart, and I have all these brioche rolls, so I'm gonna toast those and grind that up kind of for the tart crust, and then use raspberries with mascarpone cream and cinnamon to make an easy fire cooked tart. Again, cook the tart in the cast iron with the lid on the fire.
Yum.
That's it.
What a spread.
How big's your paella pan?
Big. You gotta have a big paella pan. I mean,
I love that when they have a big paella.
It's always
pan.
cooked outside, right? I mean, it's the perfect camping meal.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
Sounds very appropriate.
You used a lot of your cards too.
All of them.
Oh, you did use all of them.
I did not. So we're gonna be having some chili dogs.
Okay.
Out in the woods. We brought some hot dogs. We brought some buns. We also have a cast iron pot to make some chili in. And then we are going to include some Thai chilies in that chili for a little bit of spice.
Spicy chili.
And then garnish it with the green onions. And for dessert, we just brought a roll of Toll House cookies, and we're gonna make those in some foil over the fire. Keep it nice and simple.
That's real camping.
That's real camping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was camping in a yurt on the beach, and you were
glamping.
and I know, and you were actually like hiking in and camping up in the woods.
Well, let's see. I think I would enjoy both camping meals. I think maybe different audience. So, I mean, truly, I think, Jordan, you have embraced the whole camping thing. Like, you could just throw that in your bag. You don't even have to have a cast iron pan. You could do a lightweight aluminum pan, right? And
Yeah.
just backpack that in. Freeze your hot dogs, the night before, come in, and then they're perfectly good. But I have to give points for creativity and the use of your cards. You used all your cards. And I like the fact that you use the green onions, not just as a garnish, but you incorporate them into the dish by charring them and mixing them with the chickpeas to make a hummus. That feels like a complete, like, conceptualized component to your charcuterie. Like, it's really like charcuterie crudité, like all that. Which is nice. I always like elevated camping, but it still feels very camping, like authentically camping. So I guess, it'd be really hard to choose, but I will choose Nikki this time as the winner.
I would definitely want to go for that meal.
I mean, it's hard to beat paella.
It is.
Right.
It is a stand.
Especially if somebody else is doing the cooking. Like, it's like, do you want to carry that in? Well, I'd carry the chili dog materials in. That's easy. But if someone else, if they could just pop in and eat this camp meal, definitely go for the paella.
Totally.
Yeah. And the dessert sounds yummy too.
All right. How many points you got there? There's a lot.
I hope a lot. 21. Thanks to your 2 extra cards that I pulled.
You're
That's
welcome.
great.
Okay, you're sitting at 20 right now. All right, Nikki.
All right, I get to be the head chef. I'm
sure
gonna pick
do.
my occasion first, and I get to decide if I want that occasion.
Yeah, if there's something else that...
Good, because I want to look at a few of them. I want to look at a few of them and see what sounds fun.
It's fun to read them, right?
Ooh, here we go. You're having royalty over for dinner.
Ooh, fancy.
But we don't know where this royalty comes from, right?
No, we don't.
We can make that up. Oh, and your secret ingredient. Oh no, I picked the wrong thing. That's not an ingredient, that's a dish. But I hope someone gets that dish. We pick one from each side and see which is better. Oh, here we go. You've got to make a rack of lamb.
That feels very
Incoming royalty, doesn't it? Yeah.
Royalty.
The other choice was cabbage.
Yeah, the humble cabbage.
So it could go either way.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go rack of lamb. That's the ingredient, and that's the occasion is royalty.
Yep.
Yeah, let's see you use rack of lamb in every course.
Okay. I hope not. I get the meat sweats.
It could be rock and roll royalty, I mean,
Yes, that's true. It's royalty's what you,
We can choose our royalty.
Why can't you? It doesn't say, does it?
No.
Time to go over the top and show off your most luxurious fine dining. That's the instructions, anyway. The occasions are fun. I love a theme when making a meal.
It makes you like laser focused, right?
Yeah, for a super long time, my girlfriends and I were cooking the world, and every week we chose a different country. We figured out it was going to take us 5 years to do all the countries of the world, and we had a dinner, and so we would communicate all week what we were making, but everyone would bring a dish from this country. It was amazing. The pandemic kind of ruined it, and now we do it every once in a while, but we were good at it for a while. I think we made it through like 100 and some countries.
Wow.
That's a lot of countries.
I know, it was awesome. We did it for 3 years, I think.
Judiaann, you want to make any substitutions?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like I have one thing that, I don't know. I just wonder if it's worth it to the 2 points, like, do I lose the point, possibly get the point, or just not use the card? You know, that's like, no, I will keep it.
Okay.
I will keep the cards that have dealt to me in life.
Same here.
In life and in the game.
Yup. All right, with that, 5 minutes on the clock.
The first occasion I picked was Vegan Fest. What would we have done if you had a rack of lamb's secret ingredient at the Vegan Fest?
Oh, yeah.
Vegan Feast. It was probably Vegan Feast.
Vegan feast, yeah.
Yeah.
You probably would have tossed it out the back.
No, I would have made you play it. So as the head chef, am I not supposed to know what you're working with?
Not really, but you can also just like look around. It's not that big of a deal.
There aren't rules and parameters around that.
They're not hard and fast, no. So that's time. We're all set. So I feel like the monarchy of Denmark is coming over.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's living royalty, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
They're still here. So I am going to be preparing for the Danish royalty some lamb and mint dumplings served in like a rich aromatic broth. We're going to use lots of like onions in there, and then fresh mint mixed in with the lamb. For our main course, we are going to be having a rockfish quiche. Use lots of eggs in there because eggs are expensive these days, and we're treating our royalty well. And it will have a garlic aioli served on the side with lentils, which is going to feature a saffron cream. And for dessert, we are going to stew some raisins with wine to make a sauce that goes over some figs and cottage cheese.
That sounds good. Cottage cheese is everywhere these days.
I love cottage cheese.
It's having its moment again.
I grew up not liking salad dressing, and I instead would use cottage cheese on my salad, and I love that.
I always put it in my frittatas. So it's funny that you didn't put it in your quiche. It's a really good ingredient in frittatas.
Yeah, a little extra creaminess.
Yeah, it makes it creamy.
Yeah,
Fluffy.
yeah. We'll say it's in there.
Yeah, it can be used twice. Yeah. Sounds delicious. And why the royalty of Denmark?
People in Denmark seem happy.
Bring some happiness in.
Yeah.
I like it. Who are you having over?
I'm just going to go with the most famous royal family, King Charles.
You're going to have King Charles over?
Yeah, because, he's...
With Camilla?
He and Camilla are kind of stuffy, and I want to, shake things up a little bit. We're going to throw a party.
I like it.
Party for the king, and it's going to be an all-nighter, so I need enough food to sustain them, and then there'll be up past midnight, so there's a late-night meal as well. So for the regular sit-down dinner, just because I feel like I want it to be somewhat familiar, so it's going to have a nod to British food, but have all the Middle Eastern flavors, just for something different, just something unexpected. So the first course will have, this will be served together, but before the main course, we'll have a little stew. When people think of stew, they think it's being very heavy, but this is more of a lighter stew. I'm going to take the rack of lamb, a different rack of lamb, and cut just the chunks of the lamb out, cube it, cook it in my slow cooker until super, super tender with all of the Middle Eastern warm spices that you would expect, and serve it over a Middle Eastern fried rice with preserved lemons and things like that. But just a little version, just a little of that.
Yum.
And there'll be a salad with kale, massaged kale, and it'll have marinated carrot ribbons, and it'll have some almonds for crunch, and some golden raisins for a little bit of sweetness, and some sugar snap peas cut up for a little crunch. So that will be served in conjunction with the stew. And then the main course will be a traditional rack of lamb, like a glorious, beautifully Frenched rack of lamb with all the little pom-poms and pomp and circumstance that King Charles would expect. But I'm gonna serve it with lamb fat roasted potatoes. So instead of beef fat or duck fat, it'll be roasted in the lamb fat, rendered
Which
lamb
is
fat.
so good and buttery.
I can imagine. I've never had it, but I'm hoping. And then grilled vegetables that have been grilled alongside the lamb, so you get some of that fatty goodness in there. And then also with the lamb fat, I want to make popovers. So it's kind of like a traditional Sunday roast, but with lamb. So a beautiful, fancy popover for the king. So that's the main course. And so by then they should be, ready to hit the dance floor, party on, and it's midnight and it's getting ready for bed. But the second wave is coming out. So then I'm gonna make something easy that people can eat in their hands. So I'm gonna make them little gyro sandwiches, lamb gyros, right? And I'm gonna make a tahini with tahini hummus. It's in there. A little bit of just crunchy lettuce for some crunch in there. And with some onions and some stuff so they can eat it while they're holding it in their hand, hitting the dance floor, but it'll sustain them because it's a party all night long.
Yeah.
So that's my royal meal. I've used all my cards.
I love it. You used all your cards, and you did put lamb in many courses.
Yes.
This is very exciting.
Charles and Camilla getting down.
I know. Are they known to be dancers?
I don't know, but they need some excitement in their lives, and we'll do it with some Middle Eastern spices.
There you go.
I love it. Okay, so I love that you have a dessert. I think that's important with a royal family meal. But Judiann used all her cards and put lamb in many dishes and put the pom-poms on the rack. So I'm giving it to the pom-poms and Judiann.
Very royal.
Yay, very royal.
So do we count this point?
Yeah,
Yep,
you
three.
get that
Okay,
point.
three.
Ooh, that's a 3-pointer.
3,
Nice.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22
Ooh.
points.
So it took the game in one round.
Yeah. We have our winner
Yeah.
at 39 points. Judiann.
Woohoo! Woo!
Okay, so Judiann is our official winner. We decided we're gonna play one more special round to decide our runner-up. And we are going to incorporate a super special secret ingredient, this smoky coffee chili oil by Hot Mama Salsa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nikki, can you tell us a little more about your...
Absolutely. So Mexican chili oil, sometimes called salsa macha, is made with dried Mexican chilies. You can kind of see the texture here. It's got sesame seeds, garlic. This one has a little bit of coffee, add some depth of flavor. And it's all toasted in peanut oil. So the way that you use chili oil is you stir it up really well, incorporate the chilies and the garlic and everything into the chili, and you drizzle it as a finishing oil. You can also use it as an ingredient. If you want to saute or fry in it, you would just use the oil itself and then add the chilies afterwards. But it's got a great depth of flavor. It's very smoky and rich, and it's got a medium heat level. So it goes well with many, many kinds of dishes. So it'll be fun to see what we come up with.
Yeah.
Well, I think we want to test how versatile the chili oil is.
Okay.
I personally love chili oil on everything. So I feel like absolutely we can do this. So the occasion is an ice cream creation. It
Okay.
doesn't say like flavor, it's a creation. So it could be a dessert, it can be a composed dessert, but there has to be ice cream in it. Ice cream and the smoky chili crisp. But I think when you said some of the ingredients and the notes and things like that, I feel like that's inspiring to what it could be. So let's see. Ice cream creation.
Yeah. Getting very creative on this one.
I have tried it before. Do you want to read what
Oh yeah, it says design a unique ice cream filled with mix-ins, drizzles, imagination. Dish cards optional, but must use 2 cards minimum. What does that mean?
So usually you have to use at least one dish and one ingredient. For ice cream creation specifically, you don't have to use a dish necessarily, but you do have to use at least 2 ingredients from your hand if you don't use a dish.
if you don't use a dish? Okay. 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 I guess let's draw our dishes and well, that'll be crazy to figure out how to incorporate dishes into the
Right.
ice cream creation.
Yeah.
All right, Io, I'm channeling you on this. That's my cousin who's an ice cream fanatic and always makes these wild ice cream bars. Ooh. White wine vinegar ice cream.
You're definitely going to use all the cards. I can feel it.
I'm gonna try so hard.
I'm gonna swap out a few.
Oh, that's right, we can swap out a few.
You can.
All right, I'm gonna swap out 2.
Okay. With that,
Oh, yeah. We have some good cards there.
I believe we are
This is gonna
locked
be
in.
hard though. I mean, jeez. All right. Well, I got 2 sandwiches.
Yeah. You can just put them together, right? You got a grilled sandwich. Did you see this? Cooking for a man. Cooking for a man. That's I gotta read.
What does that mean? To feed your man or the man's cooking?
I don't know. It's cooking for a man. It's sponsored by A1 Steak Sauce. Meat dishes for a king.
Oh boy.
When I see this type of photography, it's so nostalgic because these are like when I was a kid, I used to go to the library all the time and I would check out cookbooks.
Yeah.
They all seem to be from this era.
My grandma had like a stash of cookbooks from the 70s. And yeah, that's what it reminds me of. I would go through and
Yeah.
she had a Betty Crocker
Oh, yeah.
cookie cookbook that I love to look through, make things.
Yeah, I learned a lot of recipes from the Betty Crocker cookbook too. Are you constantly thinking of new cards?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine so. It's like endless. I mean, you could just go on and on and on and on and on.
I did a survey of folks who are signed up for my newsletter. Like, what's the next expansion pack you would want to see? The top vote was for Revenge Pack. So doing like really funky ingredients, like pungent flavors.
Really making them. Yeah,
And then also
challenge.
more revenge cards too. So like different ways to
Mess up the game.
well, mess with your fellow players.
Right. I just gotta look through these occasion cards. They're so fun.
I know, aren't they?
Cozy cabin supper. You got 20 minutes to feed your family. That's me every day. Your worst enemy is coming over for dinner.
That's the card to play when you're playing with teenagers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then they're
They
like,
would love it.
Yeah, this would be fun with teenagers.
A coven of witches. Witches feast under the full moon.
5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Pencils down.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Who's going
Nikki.
first?
I'm going
Yeah.
first. Okay. All right. So, does everyone remember Farrell's? Did anyone eat at Farrell's?
The giant sundaes.
Oh my God. Farrell's was the best place when we were kids to have your birthday because literally the sundaes, the bowls, like this big. And was it like 12 or 24 scoops of ice cream or something
crazy.
insane?
You have to be of a certain age to remember Farrell's.
And they would wheel it out with like all these whistles and craziness, and everyone would eat it together.
Okay, I think I've seen something on YouTube about it. Yeah.
It's the best.
The local ice cream.
So anyway, I'm thinking about Farrell's when I'm making my ice cream creation. So I gotta have a big bowl to have this creation in. So I'm gonna make that out of my phyllo dough, which I'm gonna brush with the smoky coffee. And first I forgot to mention that I have 2 sandwiches as my dishes. One's a grilled sandwich, one's a sandwich. The sandwich is a brie, ham, and fig jam sandwich. The grilled sandwich is a tomato and radicchio sandwich. So I'm gonna use the fig jam from my sandwich and mix that with the smoky coffee and brush the phyllo and form it into a bowl shape and bake that. And then I'm gonna make ice cream out of the tomatoes and the radicchio. So 2 different kinds of ice cream. Tomato ice cream.
Radicchio.
I know. Radicchio ice cream, which I just had some because my friend Lane is the Radicchio queen. She's working on a book.
Oh,
and
I
so
know
they
her.
were making Radicchio ice cream recently.
Really?
For the book. So I just got to have it and believe it or not, it can be delicious. So I'm gonna do that and and the blue cheese from my sandwich. I'm gonna make an ice cream from the blue cheese, an ice cream from the tomatoes, and an ice cream from the radicchio, and have those all situated. And then I'm gonna take these falafel balls and soak them in honey so that they become like honey falafel donuts, and put those in between the ice cream balls. And then I am going to have the toasted pistachios. I'm gonna toast the pistachios.
I was already going there. I was like,
Yes.
pistachios.
And sprinkle those on top, and then make a brittle with the crumbled chips and the smoky coffee. So crumble up the potato chips, mix it with the smoky coffee, and then make a sugar brittle that I break up in top for the ice cream creation. And then to top it all off, I'm gonna take this sour cream from the chip dip and make sour cream whipped cream with one of those nitrous canisters, and finish off my chip dip. Oh, I also forgot, or finish off my sundae. I also forgot I have this smoothie bowl with bananas and berries, which I'm gonna pepper around the giant ice cream bowl creation.
Wow.
Did you use all of them? Or was
No, I did not use vinegar and button mushrooms. I could not figure it out. Although I could probably candy some mushrooms and I would be okay.
I think it's good. It's already glorious enough.
Yeah,
that sounds so exciting, right? I feel like it's so crazy it could be delicious.
The name of the dish is like the Radicchio ice cream bowl.
The Radicchio. Yes, this is ridiculous. You're right.
This is ridiculous.
Yes.
And then the chili crisp, you're gonna have that. Or how is that incorporated?
That is brushed, mixed with the fig jam onto the phyllo dough, and also mixed into the brittle.
Oh yeah.
With the crumbled potato
Yeah.
chips.
I feel like it can go
Twice.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it could be in those sandwiches. It could be like a drizzle on top overall.
Yeah. We've done that before. Actually, tried the chili oil on ice cream, and the garlic is a little funky with the ice cream. So you gotta temper that garlic. So straight drizzle is. I mean, my daughter has eaten it many times and thinks it's good, but
Be
It
forewarned.
can be done
It's for the right audience,
for
maybe.
the right audience,
Well,
for sure.
I think it's glorious. I love that there's a meal and ice cream too, because you get your sandwiches. So you know.
you get your vegetables and your ice cream.
Yeah. And the giant,
Always gotta have the
the
vegetables.
communal ice cream sundae. Yeah.
Amazing. I feel like I did not get quite as magnificent in mine, but I think it's lovely. I am going to be making an ice cream sandwich. We're starting out with a black tea base, and we are adding in some boba tea pearls in there for like a boba tea ice cream. And I am also going to be adding in some milk chocolate. If you've ever had the woodblock freckled ice cream from Salt and Straw, the way that they get that effect is they like melt the milk chocolate, and while the ice cream is spinning, they just sort of like drizzle it in, and then it almost like cracks in there.
Stracciatella.
Yeah, so we're going to have some chocolate splatter in with our boba tea ice cream. We'll take a scoop of that and put it on a piece of some chocopan white bread that's been toasted. We will garnish it with the chili oil. I think the tea and black coffee flavors would work really nice together. And then a little bit of powdered sugar on top.
A little candied snow.
Yum.
Yeah.
Boba tea ice cream sounds really good.
Yeah, it would be good.
I would like to try
A lot
that.
of textures.
What did you not use?
Short ribs, tomatillo, pureed sauce. I probably could have figured out.
yeah, you
Put
could
sauce in there.
Ravioli
ravioli.
and tamales.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would say those are wise choices.
Oh, because there's many dessert tamales.
There is.
Yeah.
I had it here. I was like trying to figure it out and just I couldn't figure out how to make it work with these necessarily.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
Are they warm, the dessert tamales? Usually.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
steamed. I can
Yeah.
imagine that'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
delicious.
Yeah, strawberry, pineapple,
Yeah.
raisin.
Serve it with a scoop of ice cream.
Yeah.
That'd be yum. Well, points for creativity all around. I love the incorporation of so many different ingredients. I don't know. I mean, you brought nostalgia into it. I haven't heard anybody mention ferals in forever. I talk about ferals. People don't even know what I'm talking about anymore.
I know, we miss it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Nikki because I want to dig into that Radicchios sundae.
Yeah.
And just tell people that I've had Radicchio ice cream or Radicchio in anything, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I think it'd be really delicious.
I would have
Yay.
chosen Nikki's as well.
Just because you want to
Imagination.
see it.
Right, the showmanship of it all.
All right, 17 points on that one, but I got rid of 2, so 15.
Still very good.
So with an incredible 39 points, Judiaann is our winner.
Yay, Judiaann.
Thank you.
Great work. Nikki coming in as solid second place with 33 points. And I'm bringing up the rear with -6.
You didn't win one round?
I did not.
Didn't you create this game?
I know. It's okay. I won a game earlier today. So can't win them all.
Right.
Great. So thank you both for coming today. Judiaann, if you don't mind telling the folks where they can find you.
Yeah, if you want to find out what I'm eating and what I'm doing here in Portland, you can find me on Instagram at Judiaann. It's Judiaann. And look for my podcast, Food People Are the Best People, on all the places you find all the podcasts.
Excellent. And Nikki, where can folks find you?
So you can find our products from Hot Mama Salsa at most of your local specialty grocers, like New Seasons, Market of Choice, Zoo Pans, many small independent stores and local farmers markets in town, and on hotmamasalsa.com.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you both so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
So much fun.
And thanks again to Vivian Culinary Books for welcoming us into their beautiful space. If you enjoyed watching us play, imagine how much fun you'll have with your friends and family. You can order your own game of Drawn Hungry today by clicking the link in the description or by visiting drawnhungry.com. You can also ask your local game store about carrying Drawn Hungry. If they don't have it already, I can get it to them. Like this video if you had fun, and subscribe for future Drawn Hungry dinner parties. We upload every other Tuesday. Think of it as your Tuesday treat. Thanks again for joining us, folks. Till next time, bon appetit!